couple of minutes from the all-in on another round of Tony Rickson's Float Only League. We're back at the Sedges. I've drawn peg 34, which is on the tile lake. On the screen at the moment, it looks like there's no fish about, but there's plenty of fish cruising. On tile lake behind. Oh, sorry, on Brick Lake behind us. Could walk over the carp. There's that many of them on the surface. And I'm told on the other side of this lake there's a lot of fish on the surface as well. But we do have a few cruisers on this side. I'm going to start down here on the pace just to see if I can nick something that's feeding. Whilst feeding out here with some meat. Got some cubed meat on the pole line, just on the edge of that reflection from that tree over there. And then I've got the pellet waggler set up to fish a bit longer, which I can also set up a little mugging waggler on if I see signs that people are catching mugging. I can just flick at cruising fish. No standing on the box today, which is all on these leads anyway. I really don't know how that's going to pan out. I've not really got anything to fish on the deck apart from the margins. So this line down here, I should give it half an hour. If I don't get anything, I should be back on that the last 2 hours to go. That'll be paced. And I've got a few rigs set up out here for different depths of shallow for fishing meat. And then I've got the pellet waggler further out if I have to go out towards the islands a bit more. So that's it really. I've kept it quite simple, but I'll have to adapt as we go. I don't know the venue that well, and I'm not sure what these carp are doing. There's loads of them about. But are they feeding? Are they just sitting there? We're going to have to wait till the end, who knows. Catch you later, guys. Hey guys, just about to give up on the pace down the edge. I've hooked something, wondering what it was. It's a bream. Good bream. It's still a bream. I don't know how that's managed to get itself hooked around there. Sounds in a right mess here. Caught him on the pace down the edge. Not the fish we're after from the pace down the edge, so I'm going to biff that off as an option for a bit. Try and get some shallow. I might catch those shallow on the meat. I might catch them faster and better because I'm missing loads of bites off them at the minute. I hope I caught that on the camera because I've only got chest camera footage because I've got some camera issues at the minute, which I'm just about to sort out now. Cheers guys. Just having a quick go on the pellet, on the meat shallow line. So I've been flicking meat out over this line here. I'm fishing now for just in between casts, and I'm not gone mad. You've got a meat limit here. You can't have unlimited meat. You've got about 3 tins, so you've got to make it last you the 6 hours. Oh, I've just missed an indication there. First indication doing this. And I'm just starting to go a little bit deeper than I perhaps think the fish are, but that's just to try and see if there's any skimmers underneath. Just to try and see what's out there and have a nice slow sinking fall of the bait. There's a skimmer just come to the surface there, I just saw it. So they're definitely coming very shallow, the skimmers. I feel like they're going to be important. A lot of people in my section not catching much early on. They catch these skimmers in amongst. Carp in amongst these skimmers would be nice. Oh, we've had one there. Skimmer just hanging in the water. I'm assuming it's a skimmer. Yeah, that'll be a skimmer. So we've got here 13 elastic on. The new Preston stuff. Just means that a little bit of elastic will come out for these skimmers. But I should still be able to handle carp, should I get them. Come in. Let's try to put something in the net. Another skim bob. Hopefully got that on camera, I don't know if we did. Looping skimmer. Again, almost just dangling the bait there, having it just dangling it. So I've had 3 of them, so that's probably put about £4.5 in silver's net. So that's not bad going. Right, I'm going to carry on catching these guys, catch you in a bit. Oh, I don't know if my other camera's on, so I'm going to try and get the chest cam to capture this. I've just been out on the pellet waggler for half an hour, but I kept on feeding the meat line. I couldn't catch anything out of the pellet waggler, and I've gone straight on the meat line, first put in. Float's dipped a couple of times. Thought it was a skimmer. Missed a few bites and suddenly just ripped up, and I'm assuming this is a carp. In fact, it's definitely a carp. No skimmer. Give myself 7 for him, I'm going to say. He's a little bit bigger than 5. Give myself 7 because you've got to be careful when it limits, haven't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right guys, it's 12:30, so it's 2 hours in. I started off to my left down the margin on the paste for about 30 minutes. Had 1 skimmer, a few bites but 1 skimmer. Then I've gone onto this meat shallow line, had a couple of skimmers on it and I can't catch on it. So then I've gone on the pellet wag whilst continuing to feed the meat line. I had nothing, so I've come back. Well, I say the pellet wag, I was just mugging on it, I wasn't feeding it. Now I've come back on the meat line. I've had 3 or 4 more skimmers and a carp, and I've lost one which I think was foul locked straight in my hook out, but I think he was foul locked because I just couldn't stop him. Pretty sure he was foul locked. So it seems like if you give this line a rest, it goes okay. And I've just put another foot onto this rig. This is like a deep shallow rig, so I'm on about 4 foot deep now, but this fishery is like 7 or 8 feet out there, so it's still off the bottom. And I've just had a couple of little skimmers on the deeper shallow rig, but the fish aren't as big, but the bites have been more regular. So that's it really. I don't think anybody in my section is doing that well, although I can't see everybody on this lake. Plus, a couple of people are having really, really good day sport, but they were the guys whose water was black with carp when they got to their pegs. So missed that bite there, probably could have been a liner. So, doing alright. 3 or 4 of my skimmers are quite nice ones, like pound. I've probably got 3 skimmers for sort of £6, and then I've got another 2 or 3 skimmers for a couple of £1 because they're a bit smaller. So there's quite a big chunk of meat, look. These skimmers on. Gives you a chance of a carp. I'm not feeding it heavily. I'm not banging it in every 30 seconds or so. It's every couple of minutes, every 2 or 3 minutes. Just a pouch full. I'm going to try to swing the meat past where I've fed so that if there's anything out the back of the swim, big, lingering, hopefully you'll see my meat first. There's a chance. At the moment, like I said, I'm fishing 4 foot deep, so probably bombing past some of those fish that are right in the water, but I just want to see what's down there. If I miss another bite, I'll probably come back up a bit shallower again. While the bites are sort of less frequent shallow, there do seem to be a better stamp of fish. I haven't had one of the better fish deeper yet. And with it, once you get that sort of, I mean that rig will be settled now, but it seems like I can let it dangle with the skimmers sometimes, and I'll just have it. It's been working. But if it don't go after sort of 10 or 15 seconds, I'll just swing it back in again, do it again. And I'll get 3 or 4 puts before I think about feeding again. I'm not rushing to feed a lot of spay. I've not got a lot to put in. I've got to make it last me. I want to keep pinging on this line all day. I'm getting to the point now where it might need another rest. So I've been trying to mug on the pellet wagon. I've had no response whatsoever, so I might rest it by coming down the margin on the paste again. Maybe I'll make another couple of skimmers or something from down this margin. I think that might have been slightly shallower, so I'm going to put one more look back a bit shallower. And then if I don't get much success, I'm going to come down this margin and just rest it, keep pinging the bait in. So you can see what I mean, I've not fed any more bait all that time that we've been out there. I don't feel it's needed. Fish are in the area. There's lots of oils coming off the meat, holding the fish up in the water. So I've just come down a foot, so I'm only about 2.5 foot deep now, with a slow gentle fall all the way down. And then I'm going to race out to try and get in amongst that meat that I've just thrown in. Or catapulted in, should I say. Went a little bit far actually, that catapult load, but you can't do anything about it now. Not to be the furthest piece of meat out. And oh, I think that was a carp. Oh, I'm going to have another go now, aren't I? May have been a carp. You see there's a big carp mouth in there. I mean the size of the mouth on that flipping neck. Specimen hunters sort of fish. There are some in here that are 20, so I'm going to feed again. That's a bit better that time, just the perfect distance so that my hot baby's just out the back. That's better. I don't know if you're picking up any of this on the camera. Just chuntering away as usual, hoping that something there's some footage that's usable at the end of it. Probably see that carp cruising just past the tip of my pole there, but another couple of sections out. There's loads of them doing that all day. They've got worse actually as the day's gone on here. I feel like they've backed away into the water in front of me long where no one's been. No one's been feeding them or bothering them. It definitely likes to rest this line. You rest it, you come in, you get 2 or 3 fish in a run. Seems quite easy, and then suddenly you just can't get an indication. You can try. I've tried different rigs up and down, but I didn't make any odds. This is the only one I've caught on. Right, okay. Give it a rest. So, that's the update done. 2.5 hours in. Doing okay in the section. Not. Well, the chest cam's about to run out of battery, but I've hooked something here. It's on the surface and I just flipped my rig at it. I felt like my meat almost hit it on the end of the nose. Whether it took it, I don't know, but it was off. It was off, you know, it was off on one straight away. So at this point, I'm assuming it's hooked properly. It's a big old lump, that's for sure. We're just swimming past my line, and I saw it, I just flicked a rig at it, and I misjudged the length of the up end, and it just caught it a bit closer than I wanted it to. And a bit close to the fish than I wanted it to. I wanted it to land just in front of his nose. It actually hit it on the nose. The fish seemed to spook away from it, but then it's on the, I don't know if it hit it on the nose and it just gone and just sucked it in. Alright. Really struggling to bring it back, which makes me wonder. I can't see how it can be foul up anywhere except on the nose anyway, so I should have good control over it. Scary some, scary some. It looked a decent fish, it didn't look a ridiculously big fish when I looked at it. I mean, you can see some fish around here that look borderline sort of 18, 19 pound. Right guys, got one on the Pellet wag. Now I managed to get it out because I've managed to keep it on because just as it hooked itself, when the line had gone, I didn't realise the line was around the back of my spool, my reel. So the line's gone around the back of my reel, and then I can't wind anymore, so I've had to take the reel off the spool off the reel. The line's gone around the back of the spool. I've had to take the spool off the reel whilst the fish is on, untangle it, which took me about 2 minutes. Get it all back on. I feel everything's working, but the clutch is not making a clicking noise. A little clip fell off. I think it's just the noise, the clip that makes it make the clicking noise, but the clutch is still working. And I've got a big knot on my line somewhere, which I'm never going to get out because I had to just sort of pull it tight and get it on the reel just to get this fish in. It's turning into a bit of a disaster. I've already lost the top kit. I'm working really hard to get this fish on with a pellet wag. Been at it for 20 minutes non-stop, just trying to get some fish going. Feels like a really good fish. I caught big fish on this setup before at Viaduct, and this rod, like, you know. Another 6 pounder probably. An hour and 15 minutes to go, so I've decided if I'm going to catch down my margins, I'm going to catch, you know, it's going to happen now. So I'm down this left hand margin where there's a tree and a bit of shade, and I'm hoping that the fish might want to come in there and have a munch. I'm just going to keep dropping big lumps of paste on the hook every few minutes down the same hole. Hopefully I'll have a few fish. There's a little indication there as I'm speaking to you. The first put in down there at the moment, I'm just down there now. But I've had lots of indications down there every time I've been down there, and the only thing I've hooked is like a 2 pound skimmer or 1.5 pound skimmer, so that's what these could be. But I'm just going to keep at it, look for positive, I'm just going to keep banging bait in and try and bring something heavier into the swim, bigger carp maybe. And that's it guys, so if you want to hear from me again, it'll be because I ain't caught anything from now till the end. Sorry if this is going to be a short video. I mean, wait till you see the weight. Some people have had multiple nets of fish, but a long bar section here, nobody's done any good. The guys behind me ain't done any good. It's just been the certain pockets where the fish have sat and people have absolutely hammered it. I think the weight's going to be some nice weights today for some people. So, catch you again soon. Right guys, just up something. There's some meat. This was a dump under the tree in the deep water. Found where the water was deepest and then came back until it just started to come up a few inches. Then I've just put some meat in down there. And then I've just put a piece of meat on it. It's fighting very strange. It could be an eel or something. It's an odd fight. It's not an eel, it's something foul locked. I feel like this could be an eel. Big eel, I think. I think this could be a big eel. I don't. Oh, it could be something up in the tail. I think it's a big eel. It's a massive eel. Oh my goodness. Underneath it. Oh, he's a slippery little character. God. What do I get his bum into the net? Oh my god, I couldn't get him in the net. It's the biggest eel I've ever seen. Look at that. I wonder what I thought I'd foul up something. I couldn't get it in the net because you got to get underneath, ain't you? Right, guys, no idea how big that is. Got to be careful with eels because they've got little teethies.